What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at second player of the month, Bruno. He is the 92 rated cam and he is coming in at a whopping 1.1 million. Practically the same sort of value of his first player of the month, but we did only get it not so long ago now, and the difference in terms of fodder, in terms of kind of upgrade packs and weight of players, it will seem a little bit samey, and it's bound to. There's only so much they can actually do with a +1 upgrade. I feel like at the moment the fodder is quite high, so it will show both of the player months being quite high in regards to all of their SBCs. But we'll go into the detail with Bruno's player of the month, whether you should do him, what he's actually like, and will he get a team of the year? That is the question. I'm interested to know, what is your midfield team of the year if you could pick 3? Let me know down below. Make sure you like and subscribe, and let's get into the video. So Bruno is one of my favourite cams this year. His gold card has been with me for God knows how long, and honestly he is a phenomenal player. Very, very good at attacking. He holds all of the right kind of position traits. He holds the stats, and this card is absolutely no joke whatsoever. He has got stats upon stats, as you can see. He is a 4-star, 5'10", high work rates with a lean body type with solid player, flair, and outside of the foot trait. Unfortunately, no finesse, because that would be a wonderful trait on this card. In terms of all of his stats, we're just gonna go with what's wrong, or what you could increase. Obviously pace being one, and that's just because everything else is so high 90s. We've got pace at 83, that obviously could do with a nice little upgrade. Take that up to 86, 87 plus, and honestly there is no stopping this card. Strength wise, yes, I would like a little bit more. I don't know if that would take away from kind of like his agility side of stuff. If he was a bit stronger, I feel like he'd be more of a stocky build rather than lean, and I would 100% take more agility, more flair than I take strength. So I'm quite happy to that counterbalance each other. I feel like he's still very, very good on the ball, and he keeps the control very nicely. He's got the kind of moves to move away from people. His stats are just nuts. His shooting, the lowest stat on there is 85 finishing, which obviously you can get up. Everything else is 92 and above, with 3 of the stats being 99. Same with his passing. It's a 10 out of 10 for his passing, 100%. The plays that you can make with, there's very little mistake with this card. And if he does get a team of the year, I am very worried to be coming up against him, because he is going to be next level. Just thinking what this card at like a 95, 96 could be is just scary. It's a +3, and the stats will be all 90 pluses, bar from maybe a bit of pace. But I don't know what else they could do with this card. Literally 99s will be across the board if he does manage to get a 95, or it'd be like 96s to 99s. And honestly, there is very little to say about this card for me. I think the only thing you could ever want is just more upgrades, just to kind of fine tune everything in this card. In terms of chemistry style, people are looking at the shadow just to get the pace, and then obviously the more of the defensive boost, kind of just make him into this kind of overall like amazing centre mid cam. For me, he is all out attacking. I wouldn't want anything other. If you wanted to kind of disregard all the defensive side of it, go with a hunter. You get a 95 finish and he turns into a 94 cam or a 91 striker. Honestly, it is just crazy what this card can do. Even on the basic, it goes up to a 96 rated cam. There's just literally nothing else we want to really do with this card. So let's jump into some gameplay with him, and then we'll go into the overall. So like I said with Bruno, he is the playmaker, the finisher. Overall plus, we see him just getting away from people here. We did try him as kind of like more of not necessarily a striker, but more of a really attacking centre forward slash cam. We moved him around a bit in a few positions. We tried him at the cam, we tried him at centre forward. I did try a couple of striker. We see here what this guy was doing, I don't know, but we managed to still get around from it. Honestly, I don't quite get it. We was literally only 10 minutes in, but Bruno managing to find the goal over all of them slide tackles. We see him here, and again, I think the controller got put down, and we just bury it with Bruno again. It's just a couple of clips there that I think he was going to be screwed by. This guy definitely got that lag. I don't know if everybody else has it, where you kind of can't control him for a second. He managed to get that last brink attack on him and tried to defend it, but Bruno's just so quick forward. We see him just absolutely blitzing past everyone. We see him on the outside of the box here. We go for that shot. Unfortunately, it doesn't come back. But I think we do get the ball back to him. Oh, yeah, he tries the little skills. And this is it. Look at that little turn. If then I tried to not... I don't know why I flicked it up again, but if we didn't flick it up again and maybe got a pass off, he may have actually been absolutely phenomenal to finish that. And again, pass into Torres, a beautiful little kind of like outside of the foot shot, chip it across, and Stindl just managing to hit the keeper. But the real thing that you want to be seeing is this screen. I absolutely love the Player of the Month design for Premier League. It's probably one of my favourite designs. Just, I don't know, the blue, the purple, all work really, really well together. And this is the SBC. This is what's going to cost you 1.1 mil. And it doesn't look that much. But the one thing that I think you kind of forget is with, like, if I compare him to someone like an icon, like Roberto Carlos, so I think he's coming in at 1.2. They have a lot of little SBCs. So they have the bronze, the silver. They have then the 80 or the 83 rated squad to do. And they come in at no value at all. But it bumps the tabs up. So you've got like 8 SBCs to finish rather than 6. So if we just quickly go and untab all of these. So to start with, we'll go back to front. We have an 88 rated Team 50 Chem. It's probably their most favorite SBC at the moment for anyone that's high rated. It's coming in at 337k. It's a big one. It's mainly a lot of fodder. And then we do follow with an 87 with an inform, an 86 with an inform, an 85 with no inform but a Premier League player, an 84 with an inform, and an 84 with no inform. So it does cost a hell of a lot. Like, you think about it, you've got to give up, what, 66 players? Yeah, I'm right. 66 players to do this. And predominantly, most of them have to be at least 86. And then you do have a couple of the cheaper SBCs to finish. Whether he's worth it, it all depends for me. If, A, you don't have the tradable coins. If you have the tradable coins, go and buy his headliner. He is a phenomenal... We'll have a look at the headliner anyway in a moment, but the headliner is 100% the way to go with this card. There is no stopping this man, and I feel like if you get this 92, there is going to be an upgrade if he doesn't get Team of the Year. If he doesn't get Team of the Year, then yes, I would look at an SBC over Team of the Year because I feel like a lot of fodder is going to be packed, and you've got to have somewhere to put it. This guy is expiring in like, what, another 20 plus days, so there is plenty of time to go and get him done if you want to craft him. Obviously, you are kind of then holding to just a 92 Bruno because we don't have that upgrade feature where if he gets another Player of the Month, for instance, like how he did the first Player of the Month, there's no cheaper alternative to do the second. I think it's the most stupidest thing EA have ever done in terms of SBCs, and there is a whole host, but this one for me really bites the grind. They did it before, why can't they continue? It's a shame, but I feel like that would then make this card worth it in the sense that if he does get another Player of the Month, so it is relying on him being Player of the Month again for the third time, you then can give him up for cheap. Unfortunately, that isn't happening, so if you did get the 91, obviously I don't think you're going to be doing this 92 unless you are absolutely balling with cards, but you do have then a 91 to put into here. And then we have the final reason is if you are grinding this game for untradables, you're doing player picks, you're doing upgrades, you're doing any sort of bronze pack methods to get all of these cards together, then fair enough. If you can do them for literally 0 coins other than untradable cards, then that for me is absolutely fine. I feel like he's better than any icon that's out right now. Obviously he has the specific links, but he links Ronaldo, links any Premier League player. I think that's a pretty good deal for me, and he is just, he's endgame. He is genuinely an endgame cam, even at 92. So if we do get a Team of the Year, then that card is just going to be so much value. Whether you can afford that, and personally I can't afford that. I feel like that's going to be a mission to try and get. I don't know what sort of price is going to be, but I feel like it's going to be upwards of 4 mil at the very, very minimum. And I think 4 mil would actually be really cheap for a 95, 96 Bruno Team of the Year, which just would be the next one to pack for me. If I managed to get him, that'd be it. I'd be done with the game. That would be crazy to get. But if we do look at the headliner then, we have got plenty of versions of him. He started obviously at his 87, that is still a cracked card today. We then have an 88, an 89 in form. We then have a 90 team at a group stage, a 91 headliner, a 91 player of the month, and then this 92 player of the month. In terms of headliner, he is a lot of value. He obviously has a a max price of 4 million now. It was 2 million and he was practically extinct for the first day and a half. But he is still 1.85 million on the Xbox. So that tells me he's already keeping that price. If he manages to get a 92, 93, then either you're going to make absolute bank or you've saved yourself so much SBCs, because he's going to get an upgrade. I guarantee at least before, well, way before team of the season, this guy ends up in team of the week, in team of the group stage, knockout stage, whatever. He will get another performance-based card to get this headliner, and even then we could potentially get the +4 wins. Obviously, Manchester United's next game is Liverpool, so big performances. I wonder if I've got, which one was the map? I can't think of. Oh, here we go. So we got Liverpool, Fulham. So obviously this next game, Liverpool don't count. Then we have Sheffield United. I don't know who we have after that, but so say we beat Liverpool. Say we absolutely trounce them. We get the victory. That's then +1. I want to say it's either +1 or +2. If it's +2, then definitely look at this card, because Fulham and Sheffield, I feel like, should be wins. They may not be, but they most definitely are almost should be wins. Most definitely. So then you look at a 92 Bruno, even without performance-based cards. That is crazy, because then you could have a 93 Bruno. That would be then chilling at probably about 3 mil at the very minimum if he doesn't get a team of the year. So for me, I think this player of the month it is expensive. Don't get me wrong. It's very, very expensive, but I feel like it's justified. A, the card design is cracked. B, he's a 92 cam that could last you until the end of team of the season with ease, with absolute ease. The stats are cracked. The card is amazing. 4-star, 4-star. Obviously 5-5 would just be next level, but I think 4-4 is absolutely brilliant as well. And overall, just a wonderful card. So let me know down below, what do you think of Bruno in Team of the Year? And like I said at the start, who is your free midfield that you've either voted for or think are going to get into Team of the Year? Let me know down below. Make sure you like and subscribe. And I'll see you for the next one. Peace.